some breakwater, then a colonial district, and then there was actually a large industrial harbour, and then we came to that never-ending desert. Now, you're probably asleep for most of this, but just to let you know what was actually out there. There's a little interesting fact about the start to this canal though. Did you know that the Statue of Liberty was originally meant to sit at the entrance to the Suez Canal? People nodding? Yeah. Well, there's a sculpture, and the sculptor that actually made it fell in love with Egypt. And back in 1869, as the project neared completion, he presented a blueprint of a giant 90-foot statue that he actually called Egypt Bringing Light into Asia. And he wanted this to sit at the Mediterranean entrance. Now, the statue was of a woman clothed in Egyptian peasant robes, and she held up a massive torch in her hand. And this torch was meant to serve as a lighthouse to guide the ships into the canal itself. Now, unfortunately, Egypt was a little bit broke and they decided not to finance the statue. So the sculptor had to continue shopping the idea. And in 1886, he finally unveiled the completed statue in New York Harbour, and he called it Liberty Enlightening the World, which is its officially named, and we now know it as the Statue of Liberty. So, back to what we're seeing. Around 20 kilometres or 12 miles north of one of the towns that we passed, which is Ismailia, there was a railway bridge which was called Al Federal Railway Bridge. Now, it was a little bit misty, so even if you were up, you probably wouldn't have seen it at this time. But the bridge was built in 2001 to replace the previous bridge destroyed in 1967 during the Arab-Israeli conflict. It had a span of 340 metres or 1,100 feet, and it's actually the longest swing span bridge in the entire world. North of that bridge, there's another bridge called the Grey Suspension Bridge, or officially called the Suez Canal Bridge, also known as the Egyptian-Japanese Friendship Bridge, because this one was actually built with assistance from the Japanese government. It's a high-level road bridge of around 9 kilometres long, and it has a 70 metre or 230-foot clearance, and we actually passed underneath it. There were pylons supporting the main span, and they're shaped as obelisks, which actually mimic the pharaohs in ancient Europe. So quite an interesting bridge. You might want to look up some photos on the internet. So, Ismailia, who was out on deck and spotted that little town on the starboard side? A few people, a little bit earlier? Yeah? Well, we passed here at around 9 AM this morning, and it's actually the halfway point of the canal itself. As I mentioned, it's located on the western bank of the canal, and that town actually has a population of 700,000 people. It was named after a gentleman by the name of Ismail, and he was actually involved in the creation of the canal itself. Now, interestingly, the director of the Suez Canal Company, Ferdinand de Lesseps, actually lived in that town until the completion of the canal. And even today, a lot of the people involved